this is AJ McDonald with Devin Jones from McDonald Financial Services. Today we're going to talk to you about the 6 things you should consider before you retire in the next 5 years. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
You've got the finish line in sight. 5 years goes fast, especially after you've been working for 30.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see it was kind of, I was going to mention this in one of the other videos. I'll mention it now. I did see a little cartoon earlier today where it showed a guy on a bike at the beginning and the finish line was a straight line, nothing in the road. And then that's not how reality is. Reality is there's pits and trees and tumbleweeds and all kinds of stuff.
Things happen.
Things happen.
A lot of things happen.
Lots of things to consider in the last 5 years before you retire. So
yeah, number 1 would be, well, how are your account balances?
yeah, how do they look?
How are you doing? Are you continuing to save at a, they say between age 50 and age 60, those are your prime saving years. So if you're in those, are you saving as much as you possibly can? Is retirement a high priority, and are you socking away, top dollars into maybe a retirement plan? Maybe it's an after-tax account. Maybe it's a Roth account. So that's I would say that's number 1.
Yeah. Number 2, asset allocation and risk exposure. I mean, how do you allocate things going into that stretch just before retirement? If you're in the right positions, you're probably not at a point where you need to be gas all the way to the floor.
Well, that's exactly right. I was going to say that it's great when times are good, and you're making 20% maybe a year. It's not so good if you're within the next, within 5 years of retirement and you see a -20 or a -40 or some big negative. So historically, they used to say, the experts would say you should have, whatever your age, you should have that in conservative investments.
Right. Yeah.
Times have changed a little bit with bonds and bond yields and bond prices, but generally speaking, you want to be a little more conservative the closer you get to the finish line.
Right. Yeah. We've had people that have come in, talked to us, and they've gone all the way to the other side of things and gone ultra conservative. And maybe that's right for some people. Maybe it's not right. So that's where getting expert help on that and getting some plan in place. Because boy, if that gets messed up, it could be another 2, 3, 4, 5 years of working if you don't have those assets in place and in place in the right spots.
Exactly. So brings up number 3 would be an income strategy when you stop getting paychecks.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Talked about in other videos. Now you're spending your money. You're not spending the guy that was paying you before their money. So now you're relying on the stuff you've saved. So
exactly, and so trying to put a strategy in place, maybe investing in some investments that'll provide income 5 years down the road, like a rental perhaps. Maybe it'd be an annuity with a lifetime income benefit associated with it. Something that's going to maybe provide some tax-free income in retirement, but trying to really get your ducks in a row those last 5 years.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Number 4, healthcare planning.
Whew.
And that can be costly. So having that plan in place is definitely important.
For those of you that are unaware, Medicare kicks in at age 65. For most people, they see a significant reduction in cost when they get on Medicare. Not everybody, but the majority of people sure do. So depending on where you want to retire, how old you are you going to be Medicare eligible, or are you going to have to get a bridge before you hit Medicare? That could be a big deal.
Big deal, like you say, and can be very costly. So planning around that is very, very important.
Yes, absolutely.
How about tax planning opportunities?
Number 5.
Yeah. Having some sort of tax plan. Now, there are things that you can do prior to, and maybe that's, for example, Roth conversions, if that is appropriate and advisable. Some people yes, some people no. There's pros and cons to Roth conversions, but that would be one thing that's top of mind with me, would be maybe that's an opportunity. So,
Absolutely, and maybe it's do you pay the mortgage off early so then you have no mortgage? You don't get any tax benefit maybe for that mortgage interest, but those are some of the scenarios to think about within those 5 years as you're approaching retirement.
right, all right. Next, going to be estate and beneficiaries.
Last one.
Yeah.
Last one. We don't like to think about that one. We hope everybody makes it to retirement, but we've had a lot of people that don't, that die before they retire. It's not what you worked your whole life for, but making sure that your beneficiaries are who you want to get the money if you don't outlive your money.
Right, we've got horror stories. Man,
A lot
I
of
tell
horror
you,
stories.
Yeah, we've got some stories you wouldn't believe, but having that buttoned up is very important.
Especially with company-sponsored retirement accounts. See that all the time, either no beneficiaries, ex-spouses as beneficiaries. See that a lot. Or maybe instead of your spouse, you've got your mom or your dad.
Or your girlfriend.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, making sure that those beneficiaries are exactly the way you want them within those last 5 years before you retire. Great opportunity to make sure that you get that done right.
Yeah, right. Because there's no going back, obviously. So,
Yeah.
so anyway,
Hopefully, everybody makes it to retirement. Those last 5 years, you're saving and you're growing your assets, and then retirement, you ride off into the sunset.
yeah, we want lots of sunset riding stories.
Absolutely. So if you have any questions about those 6 tips, please let us know. Give the office a call, and thanks for watching.